All right, one of my concerns is the busted ass Madden hurry up mechanic. What is up, everybody? It is Jake back with the MF Film Room. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things EA college football, hit that red subscribe button. Do it. Click it right now. I know you guys are going to be back. I'm going to make some quality content out there. Also, please hit the like button as well and follow me on Twitter/X. That fam is growing. If you like college football content, go subscribe to Master Football with Jake Posey in the description down there below. But enough about all that EA college football content. Let's go. All right, guys. We are literally, when this is releasing at 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Wednesday. On Thursday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time is when the full reveal of the game is going to come out. Now, there are some discrepancies with that. I want to make sure that we're clear about this. This is going to be a cover reveal, but they're going to have a full reveal in May. I want to make sure I set that precedent here. So you come over to their website, and obviously it says official cover reveal May 16th. Now, again, 1 day, 9 hours. I'm filming this ahead of time here, but we got the confirmation from this from Matt Brown just as a clarification. Right here, the question here is Thursday just a cover reveal? I was under the impression we would get a gameplay and such. He says, my advice to everybody who keeps on blowing up my phone, email, everything else about it, and try to relax. Are we going to get every single question you want to be answered on Thursday? No, probably not. Will you be excited? I think so. Will more info be coming after Thursday? Yes. He also said, to be clear here, that after Thursday, there's going to be a lot of things happening throughout the month of May. Whether or not they're going to be released initially or throughout it, we don't really know. But he says, I don't think I have too much in the way of meaningful embargoes that lift this week. But I promise you, if you can just be patient a teensy bit longer, I will make it worth your white this month. Please, everybody, please RELAX. So I'm operating on the understanding that we're going to have a cover reveal and some aspects of the game. I actually wanted to make sure we talk about something else before the reveal comes tomorrow. What I actually want to talk about was a tweet that happened about a week ago, coming off of what Andrew Wilson, the CEO of EA, said himself in an interview, and it's something about always on social connection. So over here from the Gaming Tailgate, they do Rayor. Go subscribe to them myself or follow them, I suppose, on Twitter. But it says right here, from today's fourth quarter and fiscal year 2024 earnings call, EA CEO Andrew Wilson had this statement regarding EA's College Football 25 in his prepared comments. He says new innovations, unparalleled gameplay, and 11,000 plus athletes opted in, as well as always on social connection. Any guesses? So what we're going to do with this video is we are going to go through what I think that actually means in terms of the always on social connection, in addition to a couple last thoughts I have before the game comes out. I'm telling you, this reveal, we're going to get some things. Are we going to get everything we want? I don't necessarily know, but we'll talk about that after the always on social connection. But let's get into that topic right now. So always on social connection. And again, when I'm thinking about what that actually means here. So does that mean that your Xbox or your PlayStation or your PC have to be always on at every single time? I don't think that's what it means. However, what I typically think that means is that it means it's on a phone or it has integration with a console computer for some sort of social element. Again, that's my thought process there, what it means by always on social connection. What has Madden done before? Well, as a matter of fact, Madden has done something called the Madden Companion. So you think about the Madden Companion. This is a screenshot from my phone over here where it says that you have Madden Companion. You have to manage your ultimate team if they're at the top, manage your franchise, Madden rewards down there as well. And then also at the bottom it says, get the latest news. This is where it's really interesting here because I was under the impression of like, are they going to make their own social media website? No, but they are going to integrate with one, arguably one of the most popular when it comes to video games, Discord. So you see, when you click on that Get News section, it immediately takes you to Discord. Everybody sees this little logo up here. We got that logo right there. So what I'm assuming here, with that being said, is that means that the NCAA Companion, the EA College, it's not going to be NCAA, the EA College Football Companion is going to be connected to Discord just like Madden is. That is my guess. So again, with that always on social connection connected to Discord in some way, shape, or form, which parts of the game would need to be, quote, social? Obviously, they're going to have an ultimate team aspect. I don't know, it's going to be Kafut, or it's going to be, it's Kafabut. I have no idea what it's going to be, but something to that effect. Going to have Dynasty as opposed to the franchise situation there. You're also going to have connection to Discord. And again, are we going to have a link to user-generated content? I'm not really sure there. That wasn't an idea that my friend said because he was like, hey, they're emphasizing this always on, or this user-generated content. So is that going to be connected through their companion of some sort? I don't know. In addition to that, it says, what can you do on the companion? I'm betting, again, think about this. NCAA 2014 had the ability to set ready to advance in addition to do your recruiting online, all the way back in 2013 when this game came out. I'm anticipating you could do that in the future game. Man, I'm so excited for it. All right, so always on social connection. I think we're probably going to have some sort of a companion out there. Like I said, we've already got the integration with Discord over there on Madden. But again, I wanted to go over a couple things here too. In addition to that stuff, I wanted to go over my last couple thoughts before the game gets the reveal tomorrow. Whether or not it's a full reveal or not, we're going to get into that right now. All right, I had 5 big questions about this game. First one here is, again, what is it going to look like with the transfer portal and NIL and those mechanics? If you think about the game, NCAA Football 2014, I'm literally playing it right over there at this point. So you think about that game, the only thing that's really transitioned a little bit differently here, I'll mention one thing a little bit later here. The number one thing is the transfer portal and NIL. Okay, do you have to recruit your own players who are on your roster? What sorts of promises can you have? Is the transfer portal activity adjustable? Again, those are big questions to ask there. I went over some of those in a previous video, seeing how the free agency is essentially like the transfer portal. A couple of those interactions there, are you able to adjust whether or not they're interested in your pitches or not? You're able to see those sorts of things there, those adjustments, more than likely coming over to EA College Football. Okay, number 2 here is I want to get some sort of a recruiting breakdown. Okay, is it going to be points? Is it going to be call mechanics? Are you going to have adjustable features? Is there going to be a class strength adjustability, pitch strength adjustability? We know that in the Madden draft class ability that you can actually adjust as to whether or not it's going to be a strong quarterback class, a weak quarterback class, strong right guard, weak right guard, whatever it is. You're able to adjust that in that game. I'm hoping that it comes over to EA College Football. That's a question I have, though. Is it going to? What's going to happen with recruiting? I want to break down. Up next, number 3 is, all right, is this going to be an animations or a physics-based gameplay? Again, with animations, it kind of locks people into certain things. Oh, well, it's going to be, oh, yeah, you're going to have run after catch. Oh, you're going to have a spectacular catch. Little things like that, as opposed to physics, where it's just like all 22 people on the field are kind of acting independently in some way, shape, or form. Is going to operate that way? I'm not really sure. I do know they have to make adjustments for a couple of new things in college football here. Obviously, they had this, rule back in the day, but offensive linemen, they're allowed to go 3 yards downfield in run pass options, RPOs. So that's going to be in the game too, because I know with Madden, the way that it does is that there's some RPOs that a guy gets an illegal man downfield. First of all, they would never do that. They're professional athletes. They barely do that in the NFL. They need to fix that in the game. Another thing too is, off of that is the slow mesh for Wake Forest. I think that is one of the offenses that I'm most interested to see when this game comes out, is the slow mesh, because of how unique it is and what it does. All right, the next one here is 5 things with the big questions here is team builder answers. Okay, how many alternate uniforms? How much will there be? How many generic stadiums? Can a stadium be created? Is it even going to come out? Are we going to have a shadow drop maybe? First of all, I want to go back to my boy Matt Brown, because he had a post 5 months ago where he basically said, just chill. So about 5 months ago, this guy right here, this Spondy Dog, says, there is nothing I want more than to be able to create my own colleges. He says, is this too much to ask? EA? One of the first comments, extra points mailbag. I have some good news, comma. Not a period. But, it's ellipses, whatever. You know what he's trying to say. He's saying, I have some good news. Whether or not he's going to reveal it right now or tomorrow or whatever, we're going to see. And last of my big questions here is coaching trees. What type of trees are there going to be? I think the cool thing about college football is the fact that you're actually able to, your team, your coach, and your team is almost like its own, role-playing. It's almost like its own RPG, because you're able to adjust the stats, and I wanted to try a new spec of my team. You can do that. It takes a while through recruiting, but you can do that within the game. Your coach is a part of that too. Are the points from the coordinator and the head coach separate? Meaning, if you've got head coach points, if you get fired and you go over to be a coordinator, do they automatically transition over? Do you still only keep those in that side of the ball? We're going to see there. What about training staff points? Again, lots of questions there with the game. All right, now I'm going to guess a little bit here, but there's 4 things I think that I know. So based on this right now, is the roster size maximum will be 100 players. That's a complete guess of me. But if you think about this right now, 12,300 players have opted in, which of 134 teams is an average of about 92 players per team, meaning some teams have more than that, some teams have less than that. What I'm assuming, though, is that means that more than likely the maximum amount of players is going to be 100. Think about that. The last game, NCAA Football 2014 and 2013, when the game came out, the maximum amount of players was 70. You can have 30% more players. Dude, it's going to be crazy. That means you're going to lose a lot more players in the transfer portal, too. I am pretty sure we will have an EA College Football companion. And again, I already mentioned this before. It'll be connected to Discord just like Madden's is. So again, that's probably going to be a situation out there. They said the always on social connection. That's what that probably means there. the game will have a red shirt ability mirroring real life. Again, I think they're going to try, they've got sickos working on this thing. They're going to do their thing. I'm anticipating that what they're going to do is make sure that, again, right now in the rules in college football, you can play in 4 games, and if you sit the rest of them, that actually still counts as a red shirt year. I wouldn't be surprised if they have that in addition to the medical red shirt. And then last but not least here, in the off season, one of the big things about if you ever take over a crappy team, you got to switch people around. You can't really do it that first off season, or you can't do it if you take them off rip because it's during the season, it's during the preseason, but during the off season, one of the steps is position changes. Now, with the way that Madden works, you can change them whenever you want to. It will adjust them down. You can't just change somebody and have them be instantly good. Their winners will go down and so on and so forth. Again, I think what they're going to have is that throughout the entire year. Whether or not that happens during the training times, we're going to see. All right, one of my concerns is the busted-ass Madden hurry-up mechanic. These are just my general concerns. One of them here is just the fact that if they have the way that the Madden hurry-up works, it's terrible. The way the Madden hurry-up works is if you just hit hurry-up, it doesn't show you actually like running up to the line of scrimmage and calling the play like it works in real life. It just zaps you up into your last formation, into your defense's last formation. The offense has 3 seconds to call a snap. The defense has a quarter of a second after the offense calls a snap to call their snap. It's a complete travesty. Okay, there's a lot of crap with that. I said it would literally ruin all that we are talking about right now if that mechanic is added into EA College Football. The hurry up is way more important for EA College Football than it is for Madden. They need to get that right. I do not want to have it that auto zoom up situation like they've done in Madden before. That would be terrible. Again, I'm a little concerned about X Factor and Superstar abilities if they're in the game of some sort, because it seems more appropriate for Madden. I think it can be too overpowering for the college game. It's tough with 3 to 5 year careers. And remember here, it takes away the more of a team element of college football. College football is about teams. It's not about stars. Okay, that's who wins those national championships. That's the reason why for a couple of years there, you didn't have to have a good quarterback to win the national championship. I remember that it was Blake Barnett with Alabama won at one time. Again, that's how that works. And then ultimately, I'm worried about if it's going to be a broken game. Are there going to be cheater plays that beat the offense or the defense no matter what? Are they going to only be a way that they know how to nerf quarterbacks, scrambling quarterbacks is by fumbles and injuries? That just basically means they don't really know how the game works. Now, if they run until they're tired and then they get injured, that's fine. But if somebody on the first tackle of the or the first play of the game, quarterback runs up the yard for 20, scrambles up the field for 20 yards, and then he gets hit and he fumbles. Quarterbacks don't do that in college football. They actually hold on to the ball. But again, that's a Madden thing. I'm worried about those things. I think the first one and the third one, we're not really going to know until the game comes out. And then I think the second one, we're probably going to have an answer before the end of May. All right, the always-on social connection. You and I both know a companion is more than likely coming out. We're going to be able to recruit on it. We're going to be able to advance the week on it. Remember, this is a dynasty thing. They'll have some ultimate team things in there as well. Maybe even some road to glory. Maybe the ability to share some of that user-generated content. But a companion more than likely is coming. Always-on social connection. CEO of EA has already said as much. All right, guys, what do you think we are going to see tomorrow? Again, we've got less than 24 hours, less than 1 day away from nobody. I have to, once I see that video, I'm going to have 8,000 videos I'm going to have to film the rest of the time. If it's just literally a cover reveal, it's going to be a huge miss by that. But again, we'll see. You guys get in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys think. But beyond all that, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you guys later. I am out.